Roland.
Yeah, hello, good evening, and welcome to tonight's edition of the FPL Ambassador show. Tonight, we'll be taking an in depth look into attacking fullbacks. They have been a talk and a trend of the game weeks for the past 2 to 3 game weeks, and I'm glad to have the usual suspects here who will be taking us through. Raymond,
Charlie. Roland.
sir, how do you
Good,
do?
good. Charlie, I'm well by God's grace.
Wow.
I've taken an FPL rest in a long while, and I'm back to
Hey,
fire and then get ready for the remainder of the season.
oh, that's good. That's good to know. Mr. Owusu,
Yes.
what's up?
I'm very well. I was a bit tired today, but I had some rice and stew like 20 minutes before the show. So
Energy.
right now,
Charlie,
I feel
Charlie.
energized and ready for the show. So let's move. Let's move.
Cancelo, Cancelo, Cancelo.
My brother, let's get going.
Charlie, so the attacking fullbacks are the key guys that everybody should look out for. So Cancelo, Reece James, Chilwell, and then Trent are the guys that we are all looking at too. Roland, let's talk about this before we move on.
Oh, we are still talking about 1,000 Ghana. Okay, so
It's still up for grabs.
It's still up for grabs. Yes, it's there. So, guys who are watching should also tell other guys to join in. We need more people to subscribe to the channel. That's what will also help us. At least it gives us that boosting morale to know that the job we are doing is good and to motivate us. So, guys, please join in or subscribe to the channel. That's the most important thing that we are asking from you now. The 1,000 CDs is assured is there. But what we need from you is the subscription. We stayed at 198 for about a month now, if I'm right.
Yeah, a month and counting.
It's not really the best. So as you're enjoying the show, kindly subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, and the code for those who will be watching and haven't joined is UHFZZC. But you know that the requirement is subscribe. If you don't subscribe, when the time comes, no stories. And as Marvin said, we will see you the time you subscribe because YouTube give us all.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, it's on the studio.
Roland, before you come to your team, I just reminding managers to also like our videos as well. It helps YouTube algorithm to help our videos to be found as well. So thanks for all those who have been with us all through the journey up till now. Thank you so very much. Roland, your team, game week 11. It looks very long in the past.
Yeah, it looks very long. Oh. It's very long. Like you said, we all took some time off FPL. The previous game week, I'm even struggling to remember my transfers. Okay, yes.
Talk about the team. Oba.
So what I've realized this -1 bar. What I've realized this.
Roland here. Roland.
Seems it's frozen.
It is frozen. Okay. So I'm sure Roland's point is much about chasing points. Normally, this is sometimes you are chasing a point. I went for Mahrez. I didn't get the Mahrez point as expected. He went for Oba. He's not gotten the Oba point and stuff like that. So sometimes, we are chasing. Roland, you want to make a point about chasing points to continue.
Yes. So what I was trying to say is that throughout this season, all the 1 week punts I've taken have not worked out. I think Kane, who again? Havertz in the beginning. So I've realized that when I keep my players for a longer period of time, they seem to produce for me. Rafinha, when I brought him in, he scored 1 point. Mbuemo also scored 1 point. I brought Tony in, he also scored 1 point in the first week. I brought Vardy in, he also scored 1 point. The only saving grace for me has been the Chelsea defense. So
yeah, Chelsea, yeah.
Jones and Chilwell, these two have helped me in my wild card and helped me rise up because I think I was around 70-something thousand, and I went to 22. Now I'm back at 29, almost 30. So Aubameyang missing the penalty was very painful. Actually, I wasn't watching. Yes, I wasn't watching the game, so Marvin was the one giving us some commentary on the side. So I didn't even know. I didn't know what really went on. But when I came back, no one even mentioned that he had missed the penalty. So these boys
nobody
just
has
brought
Oba.
me.
No, in fact, most nobody's eyes on Oba because you.
Yes, when Oba had the assist for the disallowed goal, Marvin mentioned it. You understand? Marvin mentioned it. So Marvin even thought it was a goal, as did we all. So later on, then he came to say offside. So when he missed the pen, no one mentioned it. No one said anything. No one was teasing me. I mean, I was a bit surprised.
Defend yourself. Marvin, defend yourself.
So I didn't even know he had missed the penalty. So I come back. I think they were also shocked that I hadn't commented. Because I'm that kind of person. If he misses a penalty, I'll start insulting him on the group page. So I'm sure they were also surprised that I hadn't said anything. So they also decided to keep quiet. So it was when I realized, so I was like, so Oba has missed the penalty. And then they started insulting me. You are the only one who wants points. All those things they started. So Oba was the disappointment for the week. But Havertz, keeping him, I wanted to keep him. I wasn't too sure if I should go for Son, but I kept faith in Havertz. If I had gone for Son, it would have followed that 1 week trend that I've been getting of bad people bringing bad players in. Rafinha also scored a lucky goal. I'll take it like that. So all in all, the game week was okay. Vardy continues to disappoint, but more fun is
Charlie, you're talking about
Cancelo.
Vardy,
Shout outs to Cancelo. Everyone who played Cancelo. Shout outs. Everyone who benched him to bad luck. I don't know if there's anyone around who benched him, but I mean, most of us who played him, we are enjoying the game. Why do you know someone who benched him?
I'll tell you, but I want to tell you something. Remember, I told you that what Trent did to me when I benched him against Leicester 2 seasons ago has told me that even when you have a defender in the game whereby he or she, I say he or she, Charlie, you know, there's so many people that they touch our mouth, and I be say he, you have to add or she, otherwise they will cry you. So where even when you know you can consider, as long as he's an attacking fullback, you play him because you never know what can happen. So you know what I advise you to do your lesson. But I know somebody here who didn't play him. I don't know whether he wants to talk about that or not.
Please, I'm done with my team. Can we move on to the next person's team?
So I'm still in a chill hole, baby. I'm still not been able to climb that challenge. Small, we they come. Once upon a time, I was around 1.2 million. Now around 744,000. It was just a slight drop because around 730. So just like a 10k drop. The McCarthy Livramento double up has really kept me since the past four game weeks, and thanks to these two guys for that. And thanks to Bachman for getting injured, because if he didn't get injured, I wouldn't have gone for McCarthy. So that is it there. So Son, Kane, I was expecting them to do the business against Everton, but they decided not to do anything. But don't worry, we'll take it like that. What can we do? We can clear them. One didn't score. Watkins, almost everybody didn't do it except the defense. And then Chilwell also lost his clean sheet. Burnley lost it as well. But I'm just looking at how it goes. I'm not touching my team this week. I'm saying, Marvin, I'm not touching my team this week. You predicted that next week by this time I'll be taking a minus. So I am not touching it, and I'm telling you for the fact. So this is my team. Please, let's move on. This is way in the past. Marvin, somebody said he benched Cancelo. Is it true?
Well.
Yeah, I never. Is that somebody me? Because I never mentioned anyone's name.
That's your beauty of a team. Anyway, let's move. So clearly, you don't need to look at it more. Just go to the 34 on the bench. It's actually 35 points on the bench. Brownhill doesn't count. So actually, I would like to check FPL and see who had more points on the bench this week more than me. But yeah, yes, I decided to bench Cancelo. I thought Janssen. I think Janssen played. Was it Norwich? I can't remember.
Norwich. Oh, Charlie.
It was my pick from last week.
So I decided to.
The Brentford guys robbed.
Yeah, Brentford have really showed me power. So And I thought maybe Manchester United will get something out of the game, but clearly they still continue to be being outwitted on all fronts. But yeah, so it was a very painful week. But Charlie, it's FPL. What I'm glad about is my rank didn't go back too much,
Too
even
bad.
with my bad rank. I mean, 51 on a normal is not that bad, but clearly I would have had about 85 or so points or plus.
Wow.
From the bench. So maybe I should have even thought about bench push. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, as we go, I think I'm more concerned about playing the first 11 or getting my first 11 right. So that's what I'm hoping to do next this game week coming. So yeah, that is pretty much up. That's pretty much it for.
So let's move on. Should we move on?
What else are we going to talk about? Let's move on, Joe.
So,
can you hear me?
Oh, we can go on.
I think Raymond has frozen. Yeah, we can go on, Charlie.
Am I back?
Yeah, you are back.
Okay, Charlie.
I mean, we can go on. What happened? Let's move on.
The picture, the screen is haunting him.
Rowland is still in the top 10 there as well. Catalan FC and then the others as well. So the league is there, the table is there. So we move on, and then I just want to quickly talk about the transfer tracker. So when we're looking at game week 8 coming for the past 4 game weeks, we talked about buying the Chelsea defenders, and the Chelsea defenders have done quite a very good job. So those who got James and then Chilwell have really benefited. Is these two boys that have disappointed boys in Buemo and Tony? We are giving them one last more week. If they misbehave, we'll send them out of the teams. Liverpool has really done well. According to the transfer tag, has also done well. Rafinha too has also done his bit in there. So as we always say, FPL is when the pitches swing, you swing your players according to it. At least you will not get it always right, but at least mostly 90%, about 80%, you'll be getting it right. The only sad thing was unexpected injury to Raya in there. But then I want us to look at the new fixtures. So this is for the past 5. So now let's look at the next 6 fixtures. I want to talk about that. But before that, I want us to quickly. Would you want to review this one? So I touch about it before we come here, so that we just move on, so that we all move into the future. So this is how the game week 11 our take was. So Sanchez did it. Yes, Sanchez had a red card. Ramsdale did it for us. James had an assist in there. Johnson, these Brentford guys are fraud guys. Serious. Havertz did it. Zaha scored. So midfield on point. Goalkeeper half. Defense half. Hey, it looks like it's only Marvin's guys who had it too. So 3 of Marvin, Rowland, Bakupe. Then the forward. Brown forward.
If
Rowland, come again.
But you know that if we tally, or Marvin may even be behind me because he captained Oba -1, so -2.
Oh no!
This is my analysis. It's only Havertz that scored.
Marvin has had 3. Marvin has had 3.
And I had one. Only one.
Buddy, Tony, Mbeumo, Watkins, Son, Oba, my hey, Charlie, that's it. Give me clever.
Oh.
Yeah, oh. It was really the very bad, but it's in the past. So we'll just move on. So now,
Raymond, you're breaking a little bit, so it's quite difficult to hear you. As if you're still there, safe.
bring a
So
new
I
one. Let's
thought,
look at the players we said we should look for were the Chelsea defenders who really did the business for us. Mbeumo and Tony, I don't know what to talk about them. Livramento have done it. Rafinha has done it. Raya was unexpected injury. That one we can't control it. So now, based on the next 6 fixtures, looking at how it's swings, if you look at the fixture difficulty rating.
are we going back?
Has he switched the slide? I don't think the slides are still on the last week, or?
That's what they are on for me.
Everything for that. Now you.
Anyway,
that's gone off safe.
So, so I mean, looking at our teams, right? Our picks for this game week. Marvin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. So my goalkeeper for this week is Guaita. Then Simicas, but I'm hearing that Robertson may even come back. Klopp says they are assessing him and he came off at the right time. So hopefully he'll come back. If even he doesn't, I mean, it's just a 1 week punt on Simicas. But the only issue is that if you go in for Simicas, you may have another spot taken for the Liverpool team. You know, as of now, managers have TAA and Salah, and they are considering Jota as well. So if you go in for Simicas, it may cause a problem for you. We don't know the extent to Firmino's injury, but we've been told that it will take quite a while until mid of December. But these players, the way they are, sometimes they come back early, so you can't be too sure on that. Then also I've gone for Maxwell Kone of Burnley, right? And Burnley is taking on Crystal Palace. So I think he's not a bad pick at all. The guy has been shining, but I hope that he's not one of those players that when you bring him into the team, then you start to blast. But we'll take it. And forward, yeah, I'm going for Jesus. Jesus is on my radar. I may even buy him again because I really, really like that guy. Once he cemented his place, he can do the job. He can do the do. And then for the last time, I'm going for Mbeumo as my differential player. If he doesn't perform this game, I don't know when this dude will perform. So Captain Son against Leeds, he looks more mobile than Kane does, and you know the FPL community is making a lot of noise about the games that Kane scored in, and he scored 4 and he scored 3. So they are saying right now Kane is back. But Marvin, I don't know, is Kane back?
You see, it's a difficult one. His goals that he scored, number one, gives him confidence, I guess, for the upcoming game weeks. They've got a good set of fixtures as well. I think the next 4 game weeks are really good. They face Leeds at home, Burnley away, Brentford and Norwich. So there are 4 excellent fixtures for Kane. So based on that, I think that's why a lot of people are making noise about him. Of course, you need to pay attention to the opponents that he's faced. He's faced San Marino that every single bloody if you bring them to us, if we go and train sport, at least we can score 1 or 2 there. England always scores, and I think all the teams always score San Marino. They score them 10-0. I mean, how?
So Marvin, you want to say that when you meet San Marino, you score San Marino,
like I mean San Marino will score them. Yeah, and they face Albania. They face Albania, who are not that of a good team. So, I mean, it gives Kane confidence coming into the Premier League. Just know that you have at the back of your mind that the Premier League is a different ball game. Charlie, it's
Yes.
a different. It's a different thing altogether. So, even though Kane scored 7 goals over the international break, it's possible he will score, but I don't think he's automatically going to become the Kane of old. Just all of a sudden, I think it's going to take Antonio Conte a bit of time to let the team gel together, and then maybe get the best out of the team. But there's no better time to do that. I'm sure Daniel Levy looked at the set of fixtures that are coming up and knew that this was the best time to bring in a new coach. And I think these set of fixtures really provides somebody like Spurs and Kane the ability to start ticking again. So there are pros and cons to it. I just don't feel like everybody should just start jumping on Kane just because he scored for an international break. I think a good point to look at is before the international break, is Kane somebody you are considering giving the fixtures? If you're somebody you are considering giving the fixtures, then fine. But if it's not, then you should put a question mark on the hype of Kane all of a sudden. Because right now everybody is on Kane, Charlie, or everybody is talking about Kane.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so
if you look at
that's something to consider.
if okay, so if you look at the way they've been playing so far, it seems as if Son is the furthest forward, and that's what Philip is talking about in the chat, right? He's saying Son over Kane, and you see that Son is the one making the runs. When you look at the English setup, right, they play a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3, and they have youngsters who run all over the pitch, right? They how do you call it? Spurs doesn't have that. All they have is Lucas Moura on the right and Reguilon on the left. Okay, that's not bad, but the amount of effort that Saka and Foden put in, or the kind of pass they can make, what's his name? Højbjerg and this youngster. Oh, I've forgotten his name. The kid Skip. They can't be making those passes. You get it? So yeah, for me, if you are going in for a Spurs asset, it's Son. And it's most likely that both of them will score similar points over the next game weeks. So there's no need stressing it. So I'm done. I'm done with my team for the week. So Ray, we can move to Marvin's.
What was that come to say? You said that done was your team for the week.
I mean,
the team that we're talking about. I was so confused.
Yeah.
Another thing to bear in mind is that wherever Antonio Conte has gone, he's always had like this one prolific striker. I think in Inter Milan it was Lukaku. When he was at Chelsea, it was Costa. So he is definitely going to bring the best out of Kane. As to whether it's going to start from this weekend is where the question mark is. So I think the manager should just bear that in mind. I mean, those who are risk averse can just wait, at least watch the Leeds game and see whether it's a good time to jump on Kane. But I just feel like Conte is going to make Kane good at some point. As to when to jump on Kane is where the question is. So yeah, that's all I wanted to add.
Okay. Ray, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let's go to Marvin's team.
Which team? I mean team for the week.
The team for the week. The picks.
It's prediction. Okay, so let me wrap up here. I think I wasn't able to do this. You're talking about Son and Kane. There are some discussion about Son and Kane in there. So Finesse is talking about Son over Kane. Now the reason why somebody would do Son over Kane is because of the price difference, the extra money you get if you are buying Son over Kane. So Son is like 10.1 and then Kane is more like 12.1. So that extra 2 million can help you do better things on your squad. So just like Rowland, he said, Son and Kane, their points will be quite very similar. So there's no big deal. The only reason why, if you might want to go to Kane, which I agree to a point, is some people are planning that in game week 16, Ronaldo faces Norwich, if I'm not mistaken. Ronaldo faces Norwich in game week 16. And Man U's fixtures get better from this side onwards, 16, 17, 18 going onwards. So then, if you have Kane, so you have Kane up to game week 15, and then as soon as Kane finishes playing Norwich, you switch directly to Ronaldo, who faces Norwich again in game week 16. So 16, 17, and then you make. So that can be the only reason why somebody might want to decide to go Kane over Son. But overall, for the full benefit of your squad, relatively Son is relatively better because it gives you an extra money to save and then build your squad as well. And then Finesse is also making a very key point about Spurs, that in Spurs their wing backs are very important as well. In Conte's setup, the wing backs are very important. So as you are saying, you might not jump on it. Everybody should just watch and observe their games against Leeds. Let's see how Regular will play, how MSN Royale will play, and then we'll know how it is. As Marvin says, those who are Rex best can wait. Those who want to go and enter it before anything, you can decide to enter before that.
And just one more point on Kane as well. Sorry, maybe just a minor point, but for why people also move to Kane is that he's also on penalties as well. So that might also sway people towards the direction of it. Plus, what Raymond rightly said, I think that makes perfect sense as well.
You know,
Marvin, okay, sorry. Rowland,
for one, I don't believe in place holding, right? I think before we started the show, I was talking about it. We were talking about it. I was telling you, if you feel there's a need for you to go in for a player, you just go in for the player. If it's a -4, if it's a -8, it depends on you and how you feel about that player, right? So, for instance, if people or managers have gotten James, but that was after his monster haul against Newcastle, right? So he gets 21 points. He gets 21 points. Then everyone goes in for James, and he gets 7 points, right? So why wouldn't I rather take that -4 to bring James in when he hit against Norwich than rather to assess him against Newcastle before I bring him in? So I, for one, I don't agree with place holding or I'm waiting to see the player. Every manager is different. I mean, what advice I usually give is, if you want a player, just go in for the player. It's not about place holding for you, or it's not about I'm waiting to see if the player is good. Yes, there are players that we do wait and see. And there are others too that if you feel convinced, go in for him. If Kane on his day can get a hat-trick, and everyone knows it, in any game, no matter how badly he plays, even against the best opposition, he can even score a hat-trick, and we all know this. So it is one thing for us to say, okay, I'm holding a place for Ronaldo. Now, who hold it for Ronaldo, now everyone will pray. So you are just waiting. I'm waiting for game week 60. I'm waiting. Then you catch that Ronaldo injured, Ronaldo on the bench. So all these things, the points, what makes a good, I always say that what makes a good FPL manager is to be able to identify it earlier than everyone else does. If Pookie gets 17 points and Marvin realizes it before I realize it and go in for Pookie, I have lost 17 points. They are not retrievable. So let's always, as managers, know that. So that's my 2 cents to you guys and everyone listening.
Yeah, thanks, Roland. I want to give a shout out to all our viewers who are watching us today. And I also want to apologize. I think I'm facing a technical challenge on my end. I don't know why. Normally it's smooth all through. I don't know why today I am facing a challenge at my end. So it's creating some breakages in the link today. So please, managers, please bear with me. I'll try and sort out whatever it is. I don't know why, because it doesn't happen when we have a stream that to have these breakages. So pardon us for that as well. But I want to make a point about what Marvin also said. It looks like we are staying on this point for a while because these are key discussions as well in FPL as at now. So it's not bad we stay too much here. Marvin, have you realized that this year we are not getting the benefit from the penalty guys? You know, like us by now, we should have had a benefit of these penalty guys scoring for us.
Especially United. It's true.
You have to be serious. You have to be serious.
I meant this. What did you say?
You mentioned the penalties, right? They are not getting a lot of penalties, right?
Yes.
And I said
the way we are like somebody said, I'll take. Like the way somebody will take Kane over Son because Kane has penalties. Somebody said, I'll take this guy. But this year, we are not seeing all the guys who are the main penalty guys really give us any penalty points. So somebody will say, do we still stick to this penalty theory that if I'm supposed to choose and one has penalty, I'll choose the penalty guy over the guy that's not the penalty? Or we think that it's about the player we think is better for us than the penalty bit?
Hey, talk it.
Was it a question?
You're thinking about it. Okay,
come again.
Let's move. No. So no. So I'm. What I was saying that, see, when you say that one reason somebody might choose Kane over Son is because Kane has penalty, and I'm saying that this season we have not necessarily seen the benefit of those guys who are the penalty takers from the weeks of the season up till now. We've not seen the benefit of who is the main penalty taker as the option. Like last season, like this, you will see that if Kane is the penalty taker, at least you see the clear difference between him and Son because he might have had maybe 2 penalties. So, but like this season, Salah has had only 1 penalty. I think Vardy has had like 1 penalty. Like the penalties are, I think that the penalties have dried this season for our key players. This is something we should still look at and decide, or you say that, Charlie, the penalties will surely come.
I mean, it's football. You see, it's just an added. It's for those who want to go for Kane. It's just an added incentive if you want to choose Kane over Son, for example. I mean, as you rightly said, some people will look at the fact that I'm banking some funds if I go for Son over Kane, and as has been mentioned, it's possible that this whole Son and Kane thing is likely that come maybe some game weeks to come, their points difference won't be that much as well. So those, of course, who want to go for Son will look at the added incentive, the funds that they bank, the fact that he's also a midfielder. So any goal that he scores, he gets an extra point over Kane. And also, if he gets a clean sheet, he gets an extra point, something that Kane does not get. And as was stated as well, I think he's running more of the channels or playing ahead of Kane. So that's an added incentive for Son. However, if you are choosing Kane, you look at the fact that, of course, FPL, something you have to look at historically. He's always among the 20 goals scored a season. You know, he's always. I think last season he was the second best overall FPL player. I think it was just behind Bruno Fernandes by just 2 points. Yeah. So, and don't forget that Conte just came in. I mean, Spurs have not been good, and the whole manager bounce might also come in favor of Kane. Bearing in mind that he also scored 7 goals on the international break, which will boost his confidence, and he's on penalties.
So now he will start shooting at any chance.
Yeah, so those are the pros for Kane. So you have pros for Kane, you have pros for Son. And I think one thing that we failed to mention is that it's also going to depend, aside what you, Raymond, you said that exactly, it's going to depend on the structure of your team. Some people, based on the structure of your team, cannot actually have Kane. They can go for Son. Or some people, based on the structure, can go for Kane instead of Son. So it also boils down on the structure of your team as well. So I mean, it's everyone.
It's here or there. Don't think too much about it. Don't think too much about it.
Then they are getting the same points here.
Yes. Yes. So before we move on, let's Arku is saying, as for Arku, our guest as for the last time was saying that Rowland is right. If you are convinced, no need to wait. But Spurs, he's staying awake. He's not convinced. So Charlie, please, if you are not convinced, don't enter the Spurs ship. Some of us are convinced. We are already in it. But please, Firmino is injured, so please you can get Jota for now. And the Palace games are getting better. So Gallagher, Guaita, and then Edward. Those who are looking for Sanchez replacement, Guaita is there apart from Ramsdale. So these are players you need to cut. I think we have stayed here for quite a while. Let's move into the picks for this week. Okay. Roland, take us through yours.
Oh, that's what Roland did before. You want to go
I've done mine. I've done mine, so it's Marvin's
turn. He's done it. Oh, he's done. Okay,
yeah,
okay. He did this. Okay, sure. Okay, great. Okay, good. Then Marvin.
Okay, so in goalie, I've gone for McCarthy. I think Southampton have been doing well defensively. I think McCarthy has been going a little bit under the radar, not for Raymond because he's been getting his points a lot. So I think he has a good chance of doing well against Norwich. I know Norwich have got a new manager in Dean Smith, but I think he might not have that much of a time because of an international break to really let Norwich gel together. And just because a manager has come does not necessarily mean that all of a sudden become the best team. So it might take them a while for them to gel together. So that's what comes from McCarthy. Defender Trent, Charlie, Trent is really, when it comes to the defenders, I mean, he's as we were saying, the wing back strength, Cancelo, Chilwell, James.
Chilwell.
If you were supposed to ask me who is the one who is able to sustain it over a longer period, I'm going to say somebody like Trent. Because somebody and he's nailed in the team pretty much. It's not like Cancelo that maybe Pep might decide to bench him here and there. And even the likes of James and Chilwell, that some people say that Tuchel Tambolo or whatever, Pep Roulette and Tuchel Tambolo or whatever they call it. Tuchel can also decide to bench one of them. So Trent is nailed. You can guarantee that you play almost 95% of the fixtures. And I think he's just on another level, really, in my eyes. So I think no matter who he plays, whether you're a top team, whether you're at the bottom, he can do something against you. All he needs is a free kick and Panya inside the net and gets his points. So that's why I went for Trent. In terms of midfield, I've gone for Foden. I think Everton really, since the injury to Bukore, and because they've not had Calvert-Lewin back, they've really been a bit bad. It's been quite of a bad team, a bit porous at the back and all. And I think Man City may have some joy against them with Foden playing the false nine. I think he might really do well against them as well. I think the slide has gone off. Quick one. Let me just see what I had next.
I think your forward was this guy Wilson.
Okay, I'm on forward, right? Okay, so forward, I've gone for Ronaldo. Ronaldo is playing against Watford. Watford, of course, even with the coming of Ranieri, have not really. In fact, have been performing badly. The trip to, and I think if it's time for Ole to pick up some points, I think there's no better team to pick up some points than to pick it from Watford. So I think Ronaldo is going to have a good game against Watford.
See him make hard work of it tomorrow, or is it Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. Differential, I remember I've gone for Wilson. He's owned by 2.4 or something percent. He has his manager who has a lot of faith in him back. That's Howie, and they have a good relationship together. I think he's going to hit the ground running from the first game. They faced Brentford. Brentford, since the injury of Raya, honestly have not been the same. They've been popping a lot of goals. And I think Newcastle can really have some joy against Brentford. It looks like it's one of those games that's going to be a good game this game week. And I think Wilson definitely is going to be on the score sheet. So that's why I've gone for him. Captaincy, we're speaking about Kane.
Alvin, sorry, yes. Let me apologize to viewers. I don't know why I'm having some technical challenge, but I've restarted my router just to sort that I'm just praying doesn't have any challenge. So pardon us for the breakages today, but we hope everything will go well. So Marvin, please continue.
Okay, so captaincy, I think Rowland in his own has gone for Son. I have gone for Kane.
I just feel boys.
I just feel like this might just be key. It's like the stars and everything is going to align for Kane. And probably this game week. Conte's first, I think, home game in the Premier League. And keeping with some confidence. Charlie. Obeshe. Share the Obeshe. Bako the MC Obenya Bako. I beg you. But I think he's going to be amongst the goals. So Charlie Bako be the Obenya ton. So that's why I've gone for Kane. Yeah.
Okay. Marvin, with what Marvin shared, Paku is saying that you are being psychological. You are doing psychological analysis.
What does that mean?
The way you are giving the Trent analysis is like you are trying to convince us to get to Trent. You know, the way you are doing it is so convincing. Like that means I need to get Foden. That means I need to get Trent. That means I need to get Ronaldo.
Go and get them.
Go and get them. Go and buy them.
Said, the reason before we even got here, we were talking about how the penalty takers are not getting penalties. You know, after last season, the refs sat down with the teams and they decided that they won't give as many penalties as they did last season. So that's why there's a cause for dry up because at the at the least touch, players were falling down. Handball decisions were a bit absurd. So they decided that no, this time around, even when it's handball, they overlook it. So that's what is
I
not
mean, it has
helping.
to be. And honestly, I think I favor this approach because small no, you foreground or penalty.
Small.
It wasn't really.
No,
Yeah, and I think it was spoiling the game.
Actually, I think they learned from how England. England they are too low. England APL for their guys. When they saw how it was using the Euros, they were like, "Hey, so this is how it can be used there." Then they made them sit up because they realized, the VAA can be used very simple. You be drawing some lines and all these kind of challenge.
It's true.
Too low EPL for.
I think that so with what Marvin said concerning Trent. Now, what I want to ask is this: if I have James and Chilwell, who do I sell for Trent?
If you have James and Chilwell, I'll sell Chilwell. You see, James has a risk factor of
good. That's
I think, the risk factor. I think, as we are aware of, if Chilwell doesn't, it's been analyzed that if Chilwell doesn't start, it's likely he's not going to come on at all. Which means that whoever is on your bench, let's say the people who have Livramento on their bench, if you have Livramento on your bench, it's likely that Chilwell is not going to play and Livramento will come on and maybe you get the points. However, somebody like James, if he doesn't start safe, he can come in 85th minute. Tuchel can bring you 85th minute and can give you some 1 point. That's the downside to it. However, I will still go for James because I just feel like James has more of an upside than Chilwell. I think he's just seen. I can see more in the box than Chilwell. Chilwell also gets in there, but I just see James more.
I'm surprised myself.
Yeah, James is more in the box, giving more of the crosses and I don't know the English game.
He wants to cement his place in the team, right? And I feel that there's a little rivalry between him and Trent.
James and Trent.
Him and Chilwell. What you mean?
No, Trent. The English
team.
Yes, they are hyping, not necessarily concern the England team, right? But they are hyping Trent and James, right? And they've been making a lot of noise about who should be England's right back or right fullback for the World Cup. And these things, they take a lot of pressure. Even though him and Chilwell are still competing for a place. Why is he so happy? Him and Chilwell are competing for, to see who score more goals. No. Now, follow what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying
is, okay, good.
There are two arguments to it. One, he's fighting for a place with Trent. The English media makes a lot of noise about who is the best right back. And once he's gotten the opportunity, he feels that he should make use of it. As of now, Trent is way ahead of him. Why? Because he takes corners, he takes free kicks. He doesn't take free kicks, right? Now there's an internal rivalry between him and Chilwell to see who scores more goals, who gets more assists. So that one is also there. It's just like the way Robertson and Trent have been for years now, where they also compete. So it's like he wants to cement his place. So whatever he can do to do that, that's what he's doing. It's more or less Chilwell feels my place is cemented. Now Azpilicueta has to battle it out with him, James, and also with whoever takes that right defensive
back.
Yes. Sure. So that's about it.
So sorry, the rivalry you're talking about, is it between Chilwell and James or James and Trent?
James and Trent in England, and then a competition for more goals and assists at Chelsea. So it's more like two kind of.
Because for England, there, I just feel like, Trent. I know Trent can play right wing back, but I think if it comes to right wing back, they just give it to James. If the coach decides to play forward, then let Trent play forward at the back on the back four.
So, Rowland, Man U don't have a right back. You don't have. What is wrong with Saka? You mention your teams.
So I just think that we should go on. I'm having a feeling. Matthew GH, hello. Hello, he says, hey guys, please hit the like button. Okay. And he says, Marvin is there. He likes you fast. He says, I agree with you even before you started. Please, let's go on. Let's be serious. We're not here to entertain people. Yeah.
You see, what you all hear that you ask me why am I laughing? Don't start at all. That one I can give it to my head. That's right.
I mean, you've seen that meme where he's brought out his chest and his leg is like. Have you seen that meme? I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Just in the ball.
Oh, gosh, this guy cannot even cross a ball.
Oh, Charlie. So as you have said, it's halfway, Charlie. This Kane Son thing, we see how it goes. But Charlie, me, the only thing I'm looking for is I started last night about Salah, last captain. If your last captain is in the last game and he hits it, the way you make happy, but Charlie, me, I won't tell you to captain Kane also. Personally, Salah for me, you know. So, Rowland, your team, what is your transfer? I think you spent some time. So, Rowland, what transfer are you making?
Okay, so
what's in your mind?
It's either
over -1.
I'm looking at my team and there isn't much to change.
Okay.
Havertz, if Lukaku was out for another week, I would have kept Havertz.
Okay.
Because I just feel that he's picking up form. He scored in Germany's game that he played against Armenia. Armenia is not that bad a team. I mean, it has Mkhitaryan and another player, so they're not that bad. And I watched that game. I watched part of it. So if Lukaku isn't back, or I mean, he's now starting. I don't want 60 minutes, 70 minutes. The Leicester defense isn't good, so I would maintain him, or I just switch to Son. Right, then I get Gabriel Jesus. I don't know why I still feel like I should take a punt on that guy. It's either
Charlie.
so it's two things. It's either Son and Jesus or Son and Trent for Chilwell for James out. So it's either one.
Wait. So wait, I'm a bit confused. Marvin, do you say we should sell James or should you sell Chilwell? Which is which?
No, that's so Chilwell, but he wants to sell James, so
that's what.
No. You said Trent. Hey,
No.
Hey,
you said James.
The guy is tired.
No, I said if I want to sell, if I was going to sell, I'll sell Chilwell.
I'll sell Chilwell and not
Chilwell.
James.
The one who said Chilwell will stay on the bench if he doesn't.
Exactly.
Yes,
but I said that James has
but he was saying the upside. He has the upside, and then the other very good. The other very good thing about James is James has a very good combo with Lukaku. So now that Lukaku is coming, James and Lukaku are having an established partnership.
So the idea is to sell Chilwell instead. So
yes.
Bring Chilwell out, then bring TA.
Wait. Roland, just a minute. This James Chilwell thing, I'm thinking that it's more like it will go here small, it will go here small, it will go here small. Charlie, twice. All of those points are okay. Continue.
So it's just a two-way transfer, -4, free transfer or not. Either I leave this team the way it is. Aubameyang doesn't have a good record against Liverpool, right? But what I've realized is if Partey is not fit, I'll sell Aubameyang. If Partey is fit, then it means that Arsenal stands a chance of scoring, right? But Vardy, I want Vardy out, but I don't know, Charlie.
So
the stress is too much.
So the stress is too much. Roland, I can see that you are confused. Your team, Roland, watch. Sometimes when you are confused like this, leave the team, and then wait next week when you get the 2 transfers. You can do a 3 and make a -4.
I understand your point. That's why I said in the beginning that if I know that Havertz is starting playing full 90, I'm okay. Right? Okay. So I said in the beginning, I can maintain this team. I don't have a problem. If I know Havertz, Lukaku is not back fit, I'm okay. Werner is not back fit, I'm okay. I don't want a situation where he plays 60 minutes, then he blanks. Then I'll be sitting on, tenterhooks watching the Son masterclass. No, I don't want that thing. So me, if I have to take -8, you know me, I'll do it. Because if I feel convinced about a player, I'll just go in for the player, keep him that week. If that even means that my rank goes down, I'm okay with it.
But so this is a point from Precious saying that considering that there are not too many must-have players this year, I think you can have Trent, Cancelo, James, and Chilwell in your team for the time being. Would you consider buying Trent into your team, like upgrading Livramento to Trent, and you have all the four? So you go big four at the back, and then you go 4-3-3.
If I were to do that, I won't sell Livramento. I'll sell Johnson.
You sell Johnson. So
Yes.
then who will you downgrade?
I wouldn't have to downgrade anyone. I have enough money to do that.
Okay, so why don't you do that?
Why don't I? No, defensive changes, it's not something I really like. And when I do that too, if I'm to get...
But you have to downgrade somebody because you can't move from Johnson to Trent straight away.
Yes, he has money in the bank.
I have money in the bank to do that.
So it's cash man.
So, Marvin is right, but Marvin is right.
You have 3 million, you have 2 point something.
I have 3.5.
Charlie, boys, how cash?
I didn't cannot do go Johnny.
So I haven't checked. Like the way we all went on a sabbatical, I haven't checked. But I'm thinking that I'll be short by maybe 0.2, 0.3 over there. So, so the Johnson move that's why I want it in such a way that if I want Ronaldo, it's easier for me to get him. And I feel
but Marvin, if you want Ronaldo, if you have Oba and I'm sure you're not keeping Oba and Vardy for long. So if you want Ronaldo, you buy selling Oba and then Vardy can give you Antonio and Ronaldo. The price will match. Do you get me? So it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Yes. So you just sell those two guys are guys. So you can go with the match. Watch. These defenders are producing like midfielders. And this, last year by this time they weren't producing, but this year they are producing. And the teams are looking good. So if the chances they're going, though I'm not going in, I really want it, but my team structure is not allowing me to change quickly and go there. So if you think it's good for you, Master, go in. Don't mind anybody.
Okay. So I think what you've said makes a lot of sense. That means that I may not be able to get some this week.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? Because if I sell Johnson, I'm keeping Livramento as a result of Chilwell's
sure.
The points Marvin raised or James's benching. So I want to be sure that I have a player that can easily get me the points. And Livramento comes off people's benches, on managers' benches, like almost every game.
Almost every day. Oh, Charlie, 6 points.
I want to deal with that, and I don't. So that's fine. So I'll look at the Trent one, and maybe if I can downgrade to Wilson for this week or Jesus. And I'll do that for Aubameyang. Then the following week, I get, you see, that's a problem. I can't get Son and get Ronaldo. That's a problem.
Charlie.
Yeah, we can do person.
Please, let's move on to Marvin.
You think they give us £150 or are you crazy?
Before we move to my team, Matthew is asking a question. He's asking about I have Benrahma and Bowen. He wants to buy Bernardo Silva. Who should she sell? If he needs to sell, I would say he should sell Benrahma for now. Benrahma is not posting very good attacking stats. Bowen is the guy on form now, but then he might need to buy him back. My only challenge is he wants to buy Bernardo Silva. Marvin, would you advise him to buy Bernardo Silva?
Yes, I would advise him. He can go for Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva has been going under the radar, but he's doing. If you watch him on the pitch, Charlie, he's really
he's playing like prime Messi.
He's playing like David Silva and Casa.
David Silva, he's not the de facto replacement. Okay, good. So Marvin,
and I think he's just 7 or 7. What was it? 7 or 7 points?
7 points, something there.
Yeah.
Marvin,
good price.
you said I'll make a -4. Look.
I haven't done any transfer.
I said then I'm tried to follow. Then they're more hollow. Transfer. What is there? No transfer. Oh boy, Master. I'm not doing a transfer this week. I'm not doing a transfer this week. But then next week, this is what I'm doing. So next week I'm getting Jota. I'm speaking about getting Jota. I'm getting Jota next week. So next week, Watkins is going with Mendy. The Mendy guy I was trying to replace with Brown. I said, no, let me hold on. Rather, let me change to 3-5-2 and then bring Jota. Watkins will go. and then I'll put a 4.4 defender there. I have the cash to do that in one move. So I'll do that on Saturday after the deadline. And Jota is not rising in price till Saturday. So I'm good to make the move like that. So I have Son and Kane before Conte came. I'm quite happy with my team for now. At least for the first time this season, I can look at my team. I'm like, okay, it's a bit okay. That's not mean that the points will come back. No, but let me say it. The points will come. They say speak good things with your mouth. So this week on Sunday, last match, Son and Kane masterclass. After I've gotten my Salah point, Foden point, hey, Mbuemo. I don't want to talk about this point. But I had they had a goal, but it was cancelled by VAR. Charlie, I don't want to talk about this guy, actually. Marvin, your team.
Charlie, my team it doesn't need transfers. My team needs the right first 11. That's my main.
So what's the right first 11 this week?
So
Johnson on the bench.
Johnson is. I'm not going to play. Just what Johnson comes to do for me. If you get
So Cancelo in, Johnson out.
The funny thing is, you just bench him, then corner, header into the net.
The guy has benched me, but this Brentford team really benched me.
Oh, Charlie,
so definitely Cancelo is going to play. Johnson is definitely going to be on the bench. Then it gets tricky. I might play Armstrong. I'm sure I'll play Armstrong.
Armstrong about Mbuemo.
I'm sure I'll play Armstrong. No, I still have 4. Hey.
Okay.
I have 4.
Which is Vardy?
He said he's not selling him this week, Master Yeti.
Let me finish. Armstrong has to play. That means I have to drop a defender. So that means it's between Chilwell and James. Clearly, it looks like. That's if I play Armstrong. My problem, so number one, I don't need to do a transfer. I need to get the right person.
So wait.
Number 2. Hold on. Number 2. I'm going to finish this job. Let me finish job. Number 1, I don't need to make a transfer. That's the first thing. I need to get my first 11 right. That's number 1.
Okay.
The second thing, number 2, I need to look at my problem areas. Honestly, I don't like Mbuemo anymore, and I don't like Vardy. Those 2 players are really irritating the hell out of me.
You said you don't like Mbuemo and who?
And Vardy, those 2 players.
They're
really irritating me. So, and then I'm also the third thing I'm looking at Son and Kane as well.
Yeah.
Bring in one. I actually have the money to either do either of them. I can either move Vardy out and bring in Kane, or I can move either Rafinha or Foden or something for Son. So I'm looking at the Spurs, whatever, but I don't want to be too quick to go in.
Yes. So just book the transfer next week. When you see whatever, you can make the swap.
I have these are my things.
Can I suggest something?
Sure.
Looking at the team, who do you want to sell for Son?
It's only Rafinha.
You see, that's the thing. If I have to sell, I have to base it on fixture. The person who has a bad fixture at the moment is possibly Rafinha against what's it called? Rafinha
against Spurs. All attack. All of them will play all attack.
Okay.
And Rafinha is really
that's
good.
what I'm saying. That's the question mark. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if I want, I have to sell Rafinha because I wouldn't want to. Why would I want to sell Foden against Everton? That's nonsense. I can't sell Mbuemo. My money will reach. So
I don't mean to be a prophet of doom, but I see Foden being benched.
This is what it was.
It's Foden being benched.
No problem. If Foden against Everton, I'll go Everton over Everton against Rafinha versus Tottenham. The easier one is to move Vardy on because Vardy is playing Chelsea. I don't know what to anyway, Charlie is tricky, but the easier one is maybe move Vardy.
Don't sell Vardy. Everyone is selling Vardy. I'll keep Vardy. He will score.
Don't come and dictate to me what
Early kickoff. Saturday. Hey, first game.
Early kickoff. And
look, masterclass.
See. To be fair, Leicester has Chelsea's number most of the time. That's why I'm even skeptical about playing both defenders. They have Chelsea's number. As in, they play good against them. I'm sure I'm So anyway,
if I'm going to do the Kane or Son, if I'm going to sell Vardy out for Kane
seriously, guys,
or just don't do anything. That's the thing, and just get my team right.
What? I'm thinking about renaming this episode FPL Conundrum because Charlie,
after Saturday morning to
Conundrum you guys have it. I have to rename. Go and rename the episode as FPL because Charlie.
Yes, see how happy you are. But
you see, that is why sometimes that's why sometimes I say that it's always not good to have too many good options in your team. Because sometimes it creates a very big headache about who to bench. So sometimes you leave the bench and just keep the money in the bank. When you want to upgrade, then you upgrade. Otherwise, when the team is too good and now you don't know who to bench, who to play, then you're having problems.
How to get some rivals players? I don't understand the game against it.
But why don't if I had this team, man, like I'll drop Antonio.
Antonio is not in the team.
Are you mad?
Okay.
I was only against Wolves. When should be sure when you say, Charlie, let's move on.
But Matthew's GH is saying Marlvin, you introduced me to Mbuemo, and today you say waiting.
Is that waiting? Matthew's GH listens to you, pal, Charlie. He listens to you.
He likes you a lot.
He likes you.
Let's sell him one. I'm looking to sell himself. I just
so a question for Matthew's GH again. He's asking, is a Rudiger a defender of choice? No, he's okay, but as long as James and Chilwell are there, try and find the cash and buy them. Those guys give the higher point, and the more official is saying they are playing more like midfielders, and they have to arrive in the box often. So please try and squeeze the money from somewhere. Last season I did that thing. I did that same thing. Watch last season, when Jimmy Vardy was about to have his very good run from October to November, I saw it. I wanted her. I did some. I couldn't get the money. The only thing was I sold ZH, but I said no. ZH has now started picking form. But yes, I couldn't. So I had to settle and not buy Vardy. And in that 5 weeks, Vardy hurt me. So it's something that me I've learned. If the guy is, you sell somebody you think is not too good and buy him. So Matthew, Chilwell or James. For now, I will say James. But Chilwell, buy one of them. If Rudiger is okay, but push to fire. Arku is agreeing to your point, Marvin. Have you seen Arku's point?
Yeah.
So he has a similar problem to you. There are so many cheats out there now. The bench is starting and I said, but Charlie, how we do it? Okay. So with all these difficulties, I just hope that things will become a little bit clearer. We've spoken about the Spurs guy assets there. Lukaku.
But you guys, who are you pro-captain?
Oh yeah, but it is last day. So Lukaku is back in training, but we can't confirm whether he will start or not. I think Tuchel might start him. It depends, but we have to wait for press conference tomorrow. So that one is here or there. Captain Rowland, captain.
I don't really see Salah doing so well, but he's the Pema captain for now, so I don't have another choice.
Wouldn't you go for Son or Kane?
If I get Son in my team, I don't think I'll have the balls to do it. I'll still go for Salah.
So you want to say that you're a Fiero, eh?
Yeah, at this point.
Marvin. Why captaining?
I think this game week, Salah is not a standout captain like the previous game weeks.
And his form has gone down.
And yeah, similar to Roland, maybe this thing, but I'm honestly looking at Foden as well. Maybe I can.
Pep roulette.
Yo, be careful.
Pep roulette.
Maybe I can do Foden, but at the moment, I'll keep it on Salah. If I have the ball, maybe I'll switch to Foden.
For information, Salah is owned by 71% of managers in FPL. In fact,
how many?
71% of managers. He has been captained by more than 4 million managers in the past 2 game weeks. He has hit the FPL record twice. He has the top 2 FPL record of captains worldwide forever. Salah has it. I think even the top 3 because he's had a 3-point-something million as well. So if you don't captain him, just make sure that whoever your captain is, if De Bruyne was on form, I would have captained De Bruyne against Everton. But De Bruyne, Pep is not treating him well this season. So, and if Son and Kane had shown us something last week, I would have captained them. But sometimes it's better to just have the safety. and there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say that Salah can't score against Arsenal. That game can open up, and when the game open up, the goals. That's what Liverpool. That's what they want to.
Arteta is a defensive-minded coach. He will never open up. That is one thing I want you guys.
Was defensive-minded, and Man City scored them 3. I see 3, 5 sets.
Watch, Roland. Let me tell you something. You might be defensive-minded, but sometimes when you have the attack upon attack, and then it breaks. As soon as it breaks, the goals will start flowing. So that's how it can.
I'm not disputing it all, but
sure.
Like we were talking about. I haven't predicted 3-1, but I don't even think it will get there. It doesn't look like a game to me. It will be boring, in the sense that, how do you call it? Jota can outscore Salah. Me, this game week, I don't really see Salah. I think that game will be very close. Arsenal, with the way they've been playing now, with their defensive structure, I think Tierney will even play this game. Right? With that if Partey plays,
I agree. It can go left or right. Let me remind you, Liverpool lost the last game before they went for international break. And Klopp is very annoyed. The guys won't come and sit and play that kind of ball again. They will want to come back. So I am still taking the Liverpool guys. But just that, one thing about captaincy, it's very true. I agree. Salah is not the best captain this week. But the point is, which player across all the fixtures, which player can you say that you are very sure who score as goals?
I can't get it. Yeah. If I maybe we are talking about Kane and things. Ronaldo is there. Yeah, let me think about that one.
Yes. Seriously. Oh, Charlie, we have done a disservice to Ronaldo. Ronaldo is one of the best captains, but it's just because we don't have him. But any manager that has Ronaldo should come to him, because I'll be on YFM, God willing, when I'm speaking about Ronaldo. Those who have Ronaldo should captain him. So if you have Ronaldo,
Charlie, players do. Charlie, you can just captain Wilson against Brentford. Players do.
Differential pick. No. Let me tell you what about Wilson. There was one time I captain Wilson when he was a bomb. I captain Wilson, I cried. So Charlie, now me, I don't captain. Why is Roland quiet? Roland, come here. Why do this?
But you're talking, so I'm just watching.
Against Brentford. Wilson, no show.
Eddie Howe, no.
I see that game to be like high scoring, 2-2, 3-3 game.
Of course. What was the prediction? I did 2-1.
So Martin is saying captain Salah or you cry. So
Roland, we saw Salah took the game personal against City. After international break, Obiang will be out because the players are now settling down. I've told you. I'm telling you,
the Liverpool game is in the afternoon. It's the last game.
Let me just make my point.
Okay.
You see, what I'm trying to say is that in as much as we are given points, I feel that our sentiments are also very important. So, like, you're also feeling that game will open in the Liverpool game. Okay, that's fine. But personally, I think that the games to watch this game with Newcastle, Brentford, Spurs, and Leeds. These two games. Look, Man City, Everton. We are all sitting here saying they'll score 3, they'll score 4. But didn't you see what Rafa Benitez did against Spurs?
It was Conte's first game, Masa. He was now putting in the tactics to
it can be another tour. When we are done with the game, then you know that these are the things that. So for me, the 2 games that I feel will bring points: Newcastle, Brentford. So if you have Mbeumo, if you have Tony, please don't sell them. If you want Wilson, that's fine. Like Marvin saying, the Man City game.
Sell Tony. Yo, I'm gonna catch them. You have to get this.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That the players, the players that have had time over the international break, those are the players that are coming back fresh.
Normally, those who didn't travel, those who are.
That's my point. So
Tony and Mbeumo are there.
That's why I'm saying that Chelsea will struggle against Leicester. Why? Because Leicester have had their players, more of them, on break. So
haven't you slept? Haven't you had too much rest and be more tired? Would that now? Let's start on
It can
Yo,
be
too much risk.
no one should sell Vardy.
Roland.
I've said if you have Vardy, don't sell him.
Roland,
If you have Vardy, don't sell him.
Roland, this is what Martin
2 points
says
plus
that Marvin, Ronaldo is
not.
not versus Super Martin. Look out, play game.
It's okay, my
Ronaldo
brother.
will buy a goal. You relax.
Give me one sweet. Yeah.
Yo. But
Charlie,
over
but-
the fixtures that Man U
continue.
has, I personally prefer having Fernandes to Ronaldo.
No,
So I'm just putting it out there.
Yo. Yeah,
Yo.
please, guys, go and buy Ronaldo. Go and buy Wilson. Captain them. Now, Omobeye
Humano.
If you have
Yo.
Tony, don't sell Tony. If you have Mbeumo,
Oh,
don't
me, I
sell
just
Mbeumo.
sell
Don't sell
Tony.
Vardy.
You have Tony, sell Tony.
Seriously for me, this week is too unpredictable. It's like you can't see who to sell what. So please, if you don't want to, like, don't do any transfer. You just relax one more week, and next week you can do the transfers. You just leave the captain on Salah and forget about everybody. If Salah doesn't hit, you now behind hit you. When he hits, we all hate. I hate here. We are all in the same suit. If you try to be too clever and you go a captain son and kid and they don't hit it, they will have you.
I go Captain Cancelo say, what's the talk? I go Captain Cancelo. You make up my point.
From bench
Go and watch
captain.
Lampard score against City.
Charlie. We are glad FPL is back, and we want to say that, Charlie, the games are not come very fast. You know, for the next 2 years, we're going to have some games on Sundays and midweek and stuff like that. So, Charlie, we have to start planning about even how we'll do our shows, how to do it. So maybe we'll do some on Sunday night after the last game before the midweek, because Monday we'll all go to work. So Sunday after the last game, then we'll do the show and put it down so that they can watch on Monday, and then Tuesday everybody's clear. Then we'll do on Thursday before the last games as well, Charlie. So we'll have to make plan about. But managers, we are here for you. We want to give you the best. We are here with you all through Christmas. We are spending the Christmas with you as well. But Charlie, you have to bring us our Christmas present as well. I was today. Yeah. So please subscribe. Let others know. We have been at 198 subscribers for a while. Please, share to a friend. Don't keep the juice to only use. I know some people they are not sharing to their friends because they know when they share for their friends, they also get the good juice. So they are not sharing to their friends to know about it. But please, let's share. Let's all grow and let's make it as better as well. So FPL Ambassadors should be on Twitter at FPL Ambassadors as our official handle. Mine is at Raymond Nketsiah, myself, at Rowland Ekuban for Rowland, at Mr. Owusu for Marlvin, Precious Arku at Ronic Flat Ether. That's what serious. Our special guest today, he was with us in the audience in there as well. So we'll meet again, God willing, next week Thursday. All the best managers. It's the Sunday deadline. Take your time and Saturday deadline. Take your time. Sorry. You know, I'm thinking about the Sunday Spurs game too much. That I'm saying this is a Saturday deadline. Take your time and please. The press conference has started. They started this afternoon. So listen to all before you make any transfer, and then you are good to go. All the best to everyone. All the best to everyone for this game week 12. And let's see how we go. Marvin, Roland, any comments?
Don't sell Vardy. Don't sell Tony.
Marvin, what's today?
Yampong with the Yampong.
Okay, well there. Bye, managers. All the best again. Bye, Yapo.